Whoo, what's up, y'all? Good morning, good morning. It's your man Rico. Still morning, it's 11 o'clock, about 11:09. It's some, I've got a little time today before my next client comes, and I want to spend this time making up for videos I have not placed on my social media in about 2 or 3 weeks. So you may be seeing me from time to time throughout the day, catching up on my videos or my thoughts. The course is all about black mental health matters, black men, our mental health matters. And so I just want to say this really quickly. I just received the news this week, and I'm sure those of you who are in my hometown, this video is strictly directed to my hometown, my beloved Memphis, Tennessee, especially my beloved North Memphis, Tennessee. Y'all know I'm a North Memphis veteran, you hear me? Said at one point I was known as the mayor of North Memphis. And so even though I've lived in Dallas, Fort Worth for the past, do y'all know tomorrow be 18 years since I've lived in Dallas, Fort Worth. I remember arriving in Dallas August 8, 2008, 5:35 p.m. That's when I was, for those of you who ever driven into Dallas, coming out of Arkansas, Texarkana, and you go across Rock Wall and all of this, and you notice this beautiful body of water that's under the bridge. It's called Lake Ray Hubbard, or the Ray Hubbard Reservoir. And you're talking about the most welcoming body of water that you ever want to see. It's so serene. And as you're driving into the city, into Dallas from that end, coming from Arkansas, man, it looks great. And especially at night, the way they built up over there is really nice. And then as you're driving along here on 30, you see downtown. You get to look to your right, and you see the beginnings of downtown Dallas, and it's just awesome. I've loved it for 18 years. As of tomorrow, dang, man, that's pretty cool. Damn, man, time flies. But y'all, I said all that to say that even though my body has not been in Memphis per se, as relates to my dress and all of that in the past 18 years, I've always kept up with my hometown, because I didn't leave my hometown because I hated my city. I left because it was time for a change for me. It become really aggravating for me. As one who cares, one who was given his blood, sweat, and tears to try to change some things, and I was all on WDIA. I was on the news. There was even a little profile done on me. I can't find an article done by a commercial up here. Wendy Thomas, she did it that year. Wendy C. Thomas did a profile on me as it relates to North Memphis. And so it was understood that I love my beloved North Memphis 38108. And at the time, 38107 was considered, but it's still the North, but they're trying to change it to Uptown. So anyway, but yeah, and so I still keep up because I still have family there. So I didn't leave North Memphis and say, the hell with it. Nah, because eventually we all come back to the house, right? Or we eventually want to see things change. And when we come back for a visit, we want to, see if things have changed. And I can't say that. Now, some things have changed as it relates to some aesthetically in other parts of the city. They're still building up downtown, new things coming up in East Memphis. But still, as it relates to how black people are living in the inner city parts, now they've gentrified, torn down apartments and stuff like that. But still, the mindset is this. I think it's gotten worse as it relates to that plantation mindset of not just the low-income blacks, but the blacks with law degrees and degrees. It's the weirdest thing. You have a city that's about 64% black, but the minority folks are the ones who run the money and run everything. Yeah, black people are mayor, there's city council, county commission, school board. But you know what black people don't run? The Chamber of Commerce. Go on their website. But anyway, y'all know Memphis is almost like the modern day South Africa, apartheid South Africa. You got 100 white folks that rule everything over 1 million Africans. That's how Memphis is, and it got to be annoying. And so, but the latest deal that's popping up, I guess in a way to address crime, the city, I guess with the county, have come together to decide to build a new jail because they say the old jail it was built. They call it the Glamour Slammer in 201 Popular there in my hometown. It's right there, so right there on Popular, right in the heart. And I've always wondered, I said, damn, do white people commit crimes in Memphis? Because all you see is black folks down there. If they're white, you might see one or two. They're full of crystal meth and all that. But my thing is, do white people run the red lights? Do they get speeding tickets? Do they get arrested for drunk driving? Anything in that city? If you go to that 201 Popular, number black folks. It reminds you of that old Fred Sanford and son. When he got a traffic ticket, he walked up in the court, saw all them black folks, and he asked the white cop, "Do you ever arrest any white drivers?" He said, "How come you arrest as black drivers?" He said, "No, it's not true. I arrest others." And then Fred Sanford looked around and said, "Hey man, look around this court. All these N-words in here. There's enough N-words in here to make a Tarzan movie." That's 201 Popular. Now where the white folks at? And people make up excuses. Well, a lot of them live out east. No, it's a lot of white folks that live right there off of Jackson in North Memphis. It's called Hind Park by Rhodes College. That's a little midtown. A lot of white folks live behind Central High School, Peabody, and then you got the Chickasaw Gardens right there off of Poplar. Then Poplar and Gates, all the whites and Jews live there. There's plenty of white folks in the city. They all don't live outside in Germantown and Bartlett and all that. They live right there in the city, but somehow, well, they don't commit crime. They don't get arrested and get tickets and stuff. Anyway, that's me. So, but they're trying to build a jail. So the proposed site of this jail in a mental health complex and all of that is right in the heart of historic New Chicago. And it's like, wait a minute now. How come? All right, y'all already... And black people, y'all got, what's going on there now, the big fight with Elon Musk and his AI facility and the EPA and the toxins from the corporation right in the heart of a black neighborhood. Now the city, y'all already cussing out Elon Musk about him. Now he's an outsider building this big company that emotes chemicals into the air and in the water and all of this, allegedly, reportedly. And they're having a big fight about that, state representative and nonprofit organizations. They're really going at it with him. So, okay, now on this end, you got people who live, so-called leadership, black and whites, probably a lot of white folks getting these Negroes to sign off on crap, the black politicians or whatever, to sign off on it. But they decide to use land that at first, now this is on Firestone, right? That land been vacant. First they were saying you can't build none over there because of the chemical in the soil and all of this. Because at first they were playing like a luxury golf thing over there in that area, right? Next thing I know, the city done got together to put this tiny town of houses for so-called homeless children over in the New Chicago area. All right, now why the hell they gonna believe? First of all, why the hell they building a homeless village in the black neighborhoods like that? All that land all across the city and even outside the county. Y'all can build a actual real homeless village playing games with black folks. Number two, now you want to propose this big ass complex over 72 acres of land. That same land that y'all say were too toxic to build on and all of this, but y'all finna put a whole new jail over there. Okay. And other things. So right in the heart, and that is considered a depressed area of Memphis, like the majority of the black neighborhoods are depressed areas. And so all these, you got black mayor, black Shelby County mayor, black city council, black county commissioners, black business bureau folks. You got all these Negroes in all these supposedly important places, and they still doing stuff to black people as if it was white Republicans in office. Y'all listening to me? All these black folks. So far, and my concern is, well, damn, what about the safety of those black people there in their neighborhood? Y'all know how people break out of jail? you know, what's gonna happen to that community? Why y'all put nonsense in black neighborhoods? And then it kind of goes silent. You know, I get the state representatives out of Whitehaven, and you got the city council person out of Whitehaven, all those folks. Well, where are the city council and the county commissioners in North Memphis? J.B. Smiley, city council represents that area. What, I haven't heard your voice. Michaela Easter Thomas Easter Sunday, you, the District 7 city council woman. Where's your voice? Know whose voice I heard about it? Juvenile court clerk. Oh, is she? Is she juvenile court clerk? Well, she's former county commissioner. But juvenile court clerk Tammy Sawyer. Tammy Sawyer. She's the one that's actually raising a voice about this. And I don't even think she lives in that area. But you got Michaela Easter Sunday, J.B. Smiley, Antonio Two Chains Fargus. What is his name? Antonio Parkinson's disease. He's state representative out of there. I haven't heard anything. So you mentioned Trump. You can't get these Negroes to say nothing, to shut up. Trump is not doing this. This is Black Memphis doing this to black people. So where's the voices? Because I'm concerned about that area. You know, that's a historic area. How come these black politicians can't get the people who manage them, who run, you know, they're all on somebody's list, payroll. But how come y'all can't convince these folks to put commerce, meaning where are the Walmarts and the Rosses and the DDs and the grocery stores in these depressed black neighborhoods? Let me tell y'all something else. Over off 3rd Street over there in Westwood, instead of putting something that brings vibrancy to a neighborhood, a community, you know, like a Ross or Kroger or Walmart or a grocery store, some kind of strip area, a movie theater, or something that brings vibrancy to depressed areas, these motherfuckers built I think that over there it was last month or so, they had a groundbreaking. Now this is over in South Memphis, Westwood area. And all the representatives and everybody was there at that little groundbreaking on the news. A goddamn library, I think with a police substation. All they try to do is keep black neighborhoods concentration camps. Who's the mayor? Adolf Hitler? And I guess all the black folks, the Jews in concentration camps. They never put anything that actually brings vibrancy to black neighborhoods in my hometown. Never. You have to really go out. I grew up in Hollywood, in Springdale. I had to go all the way out to Raleigh to go to. People still have to go to Raleigh to go to Walmart or go to West Memphis. Why isn't there a Walmart in between? Why isn't there a Ross, Marshalls, or DD's? No, stuff like that. How come there isn't a Kroger or Fiesta? No, it doesn't have to be a Kroger or anything like that. Hell, you just put an Aldi's out there in downtown, but how come there isn't an Aldi's right there in the New Chicago area? In Hollywood and Springdale area? Why aren't there grocery stores in these depressed areas? Why aren't there stores where people can actually, you know, be proud to come outside? Y'all gonna spend probably $200 million on this project for this goddamn jail instead of putting $100 million into mental health treatment. See, they keep playing games, but we don't have any voices there in my hometown to speak up. I'm talking about not the nonprofit voices. I'm talking about these voices that y'all keep voting for in these goddamn political seats. City council, county commission, state representative, these judges. Why in the hell don't they come out and publicly advocate for better living, better existence for black people in their majority black city? Now, it's a possibility if this thing doesn't get as big as the protest against Elon Musk, which should be. How come the protest hasn't gotten the press, hadn't gotten the notoriety, that hadn't been whipped into this frenzy, the same as the Elon Musk AI company? Because this, to me, is more important, in my opinion, than the damn company over in Boxtown or wherever they're trying to build that thing. You know, where are the community leaders? Because I know all you got to do, if y'all thought President Trump was associated with it, y'all be making videos all day long. So I don't live there, but I'm still concerned about my beloved North Memphis. So I'll use my platform to talk about it. And those of you who live there, get off your ass. And with North Memphis, you swear you love North Memphis, Project Pata. Come on, man. 4th floor bound. That's if I get caught. You know, come on, man. No, yeah, y'all love these rappers. Y'all, come on. Y'all use your celebrity to say no. Don't build no jail in the middle of a black neighborhood. And we don't need another goddamn library. What they need is commerce. They need structural changes. Use that $100 million because it's going to cost a grip to do that. And then they want to throw into mental health facility there. We know Memphis needs plenty more mental health facilities, but don't try to use that. No, building a goddamn jail and then a mental health facility. No, how about this? How about building in that area, put the mental health facility, put another medical facility, like a neighborhood medical facility. Put things like that. Don't put a goddamn jail there. Put the jail out where it needs to be, way out by itself. Or tear down that one right there, 201 Poplar, knock down some of them worthless ass businesses and rebuild it there. Hell. Stop. Why y'all always find a way to inconvenience black folks in a goddamn black city? How come y'all never, I bet y'all never thought about building it. How about building a jail right there at Poplar and Yates, where those Jewish white folks live? How come y'all do that? I think it's some land around Rhodes College where y'all can build a jail. But then them white folks in that neighborhood or by the Overton Park Zoo who live over there, they ain't gonna let y'all do it. But y'all even think about inconveniencing white folks. Every plan that's ever made is all about uprooting and gentrifying and inconveniencing black people. Y'all got all this black representation. It doesn't make any goddamn sense. It has to stop. Those of you who live there, this is something you need to get on top of, among many things that's going on in my hometown, continues to go on. Everybody else looking good that doesn't look like you. If you're not fortunate enough to move out to the suburbs of Collierville and Cordova and Arlington and Bartlett, so you're stuck with the mismanagement of the city and then spending funds on everything else instead of revitalizing these black neighborhoods. If you want to put some money into something, you so-called mayor of the city, county, or the Shelby County, and city councilmen and county commissioners, all you black folks that's in these elected officials, every time there's an election, you buck your ass out in front. Vote for me. I'm a Democrat. Vote for me. And then the people never get anything in return. Well, now's your chance to prove to me that prove to folks that I'm lying. Go out there. Let your voices be heard. Let your votes be heard. Vote that shit down. Now, I don't mind the mental health facility per se. We need more beds, outpatients. But don't put no goddamn jail in the middle of a black neighborhood. What y'all can do with that 70 acres, put a thriving cul-de-sac out there with businesses, put a doctor's office out there, a hospital where people need medical, like a larger size emergency medical thing out there for people in that community. They can't get all the way out to Campbell Road and Germantown Highway for the damn doctor's appointment. Put it out there. Don't put some little cheap ass health loop little clinic. Put a real doctor's office out there that treats various issues for people who live in that area. That's what that's supposed to be about. Everything is all about penalizing. Everything is always penal when it comes to building in black neighborhoods. You know, that money that y'all come up with to to penalize people, you never put it into mental health. You never put it into real, true after-school programs and jobs for teenagers. You don't put that kind of money. When you do little funk-ass jobs on behalf of the city, it's some kind of lottery that only a few teens out of 10,000 teenagers they have to jockey and compete for like 500 jobs. No, I'm sorry, 200 jobs for the summer. If you got 75 to 150, $200 million for a goddamn prison complex, you should be able to have $100 million to make sure any kid that wants a job every summer should have. All the swimming pools in black neighborhoods can be open and well staffed with guards. New recreational centers, not this bullshit that's still up. Real recs. If y'all don't know what I'm talking about, do y'all need to come to Dallas Fort Worth so I can show you what I'm talking about? Or do y'all need to go to Germantown, a real rec center that has everything in it? Racquetball, wiffle ball, not just basketball, of course, but they have those. They play volleyball in there. They have a weight room in there, exercise room. They have rooms where they can study and play. The works. You know, work with private and public dollars to get these things for these children in the city. They keep playing games. So shout out to Tammy Sawyer. I have to give it to you because I'm not a huge fan of Tammy Sawyer, but when I see somebody really speaking on issues like this that really matter, I have to give her props because I haven't heard the representative out of my hometown, out of North Memphis. I have not. Where that damn, and we just ain't heard. Where the hell is Michaela Keaston East? What's her name? Michaela Thomas Easter Sunday. What the fuck is she? That woman been elected. She been in there 3-4 years, and y'all, I ain't heard nothing from her in my district. Nothing. And those of you who live in 38108, y'all ain't heard shit from her either. And that JB Smile, he's so busy trying to run for shit. Why don't you run the district, sir? Bring some tangibles to the district, super district. I can't wait for them to finally get together to vote out them goddamn super districts. They are a waste. You don't need, because you're not even doing anything in the regular single district. What the fuck you need to be over a super district for? It's just a waste. I hope the city council gets together and do away with super districts. You don't need them because you're not even being very attentive to the single district that you represent. Get rid of all that shit. They need a Doge in Memphis. Department of, what's that? Government efficiency. They need that in Memphis. Because this is ridiculous. So anyway, don't displace black folks for no goddamn jail. Rebuild it where it is. Or move it in a white neighborhood. Or find some land that ain't nobody. There's plenty of vacant lots that y'all won't sell to anybody. There's plenty of land in Memphis that y'all can do that stupid shit on. But always, black folks have to be inconvenienced for some nonsense. The other issue is, where are your elected officials, North Memphis? Where's your city council person? Where's your super district city council? Where's your county commissioner? Where's your state representative? And where's that lazy, sorry, fuck-ass, old Jewish, weirdo-ass congressman of yours in District 9, Steve Cohen? See what I'm talking about? Y'all don't vote for y'all keep voting Democrat Party, but y'all don't vote for anyone who fights for you. Y'all so busy trying to be anti-Republicans or anti-Trump, y'all let the fox right on into the goddamn hen house and wonder why your chicken's disappearing. So anyway, y'all don't let them build that jail in that neighborhood. They can do, y'all tell them, y'all know damn well we ain't no jail over here. Build it, put it in that boring ass Pence district. Ain't shit going on over there. Put it over there. Put it over there near St. Jude out of all the lots and shit. Put it in the Pence district. Put it on Tom Lee Park. I don't give a fuck. There are plenty of places. But usually, just like Dallas, your jail, you have a city jail. That's usually in the downtown area. Over there, what they talking about, that's not downtown. That's over in the black neighborhood. Yeah, put it in downtown. Knock some of that weird ass shit down and then put it right there. Where they be right there in the heart of the city, not in anybody's neighborhood. But anyway, it's your man Rico. Rico, the opinion is still the mayor of North Memphis. I don't care what nobody say. Y'all be cool. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.